You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah, family. See, it's nice when you can because when you can use your brain. You know what I mean, family? Like when I'm saying use your brain, different from the school teaching. You understand me? School teaching sometimes school was boring, innit? You understand me? Only time we did have fun at school, I want to get break in it when you can play with the kids, when you can talk with the kids and all of these things. But otherwise, it's like they were just like enslaving us, in it, family. Yeah, man, they were just like jamming enslaving us. So, like when I say family, today topic I gonna be about like school, yeah, and I gonna like come off a board a bit. You understand me? And come off a board a bit. It's like maybe play something different, in it. All right, family. So upright and upright. Open the eyes, don't be blind. Open the mind, know what to think. You understand me? All right, this one we're gonna start it from birth. Yeah, yeah. Next we upgrade it. You understand me? So this one is about from birth. You understand me? Oh, the system, because when we come into the world is what they teach us we know, in it. Like mommy say she named mommy, in it. Daddy say he named daddy, in it. Like the teacher said the dog named the dog, in it. The cat named the cat, in it. But growing up in our world and growing up in our world, it's like what you name for yourself. You understand me? Not even your name. You don't give yourself. So automatically it come like you, you never have no use. It come like you never have no use for yourself in the earth, because there's nothing in the earth you invent or whatever. But it's in your brain. But we have to learn how to activate it. All right. Let me show you this one before I start the live. Yeah. It's like yesterday I was talking to a work colleague, yeah. And when I was talking to him, yeah, it's like I tell him, say, when someone use the phone, yeah, they don't use not even 1% of their mind thinking. Make I show you, family. When you go on your mobile phone, yeah, it's like what you do and say you're using your brain. If I'm writing a text, I'm not using my brain. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Sometimes, even when you write in an email, it's like the email is already telling you what what to write. You understand me, family? Yeah. Like when you go on Facebook, yeah, or all of these things. If suppose you don't want to like or love or anything, you have to do what Facebook make in that app, in it, family. Yeah. So it come like we are use our brain because things is popping up in front of us. You understand me? When you go on the phone, things is popping up. So you touching like that. Touching like that. Not even learning to how to use your brain. You get me as a family. So I'm gonna show you from the beginning, yeah, the beginning of life. You understand me? All these people was tricking us and using us, yeah.
It's time the world is shown that when we are born, just moments old, a horrific trespass occurs, which your parents are not told. A service corporation creates documentation to alter your consciousness for life. As each baby is born in a hospital and out of sight, we are unlawfully converted into a legal world without knowing or right. And it starts with a birth certificate without consent or a fight. From lawful to legal, all done in the dark. This world they created is the world of the dead. Legal is lawful as many are fed, to confuse the living, acting as the dead. A legal person is created in the heart of this crime, placed into foreign jurisdiction and ignorance the whole time. Once born, we are killed on paper by design. And our freedom, our rights, our property robbed blind. A bond created to further ensure profit from their crime. They add insurance to fictions when all eventually die. Those who created this system maintain and support this foundational lie. With paperwork created, ensures a corrupted state of mind, and done by a service corporation masquerading throughout time. To ensure our consciousness is compromised for the rest of our lives. It's an illusion of control, and the trophy is your mind. A private society was created to enforce and to deny. Yet this one secret has surfaced, and worldwide, just in time. The truth is no longer hidden, for mankind must rise. These rules are used to block we the people accessing moving claims of court outside of the legal world.
Ma'am, you can argue this all day long. You're operating on corporate fiction.
I'm telling you, you're here on some charges which were filed in the report.
I do not
Number
understand
one.
those charges.
Number one, you keep interrupting me, and I'm going to charge you with contempt, and you'll go to
All
jail.
contempt of court is spelled C-O-double-N. I know about conning. That's navigation.
Sir,
Contempt is the storm.
I said, be
Don't
quiet
touch me.
until I get
Don't
through
touch me.
reading
You
this.
ain't a gun. Don't
Officer?
you touch me. I am the living man protected by universal law.
You keep
Stand
talking.
down.
Together, we will lead this world out of darkness, as the time has come to battle for mankind. For this knowledge has been hidden and is simple once shown. It is founded on truth and will free every man and woman on this planet. As we hold these public court proceedings around the world on the law of the land, the law of the living man, outside of international maritime admiralty law, the law of the dead, where these governments have no jurisdiction over us, where we the people have the ability to hold those accountable for this mass-scale fraud and evil that has been committed against all of us.
Please note that the judge has abandoned the court, he's abandoned ship, and I, as the sovereign in this room, claim authority, case dismissed, with cause and prejudice.
Yes, family, you know, say family, I don't have no mercy upon this system. You understand me? So you see, family could have been soft and nice and all of these things. It's full time. We must stand up together. A full time we must try to do the best. Not really say try, do the best. You understand me? Yeah. I don't have no mercy in this system, family. You understand me? A lot of family know what's going on, and before them try to make the good rise. Because we all will say we are good in it. You understand me, family? So this is about the school system same way, yeah? And family, hear me? Righteous is righteous, family. We can't go against life. You get me? Yeah, we can't go against life. If you go against life, you go against all human being. You get me? You go against the creator. You understand me? So in the end of the day, it's like when you say you're good, family don't guess. When you're born in this earth or this dimension, you was 100% good. You understand me? love goes out to all of my Facebook peeps same way. I can't really see who is live on Facebook because I'm using an app where you don't really see, you know. So sometimes you can say, yo, one world, big up, you know. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, man. So, family, hear me. This video, what I'm going to play, it going to sound like, in the beginning, it's going to sound like it's kind of against certain things. But when you listen what the mother is saying, family, makes so much sense. Don't make no one out there use you because you're not planning to use no one. You just want to live happy in the earth. You want to travel when you feel like, or if you are depressed, you want to go out and have fun. The system we living in is not like that. Love your family.
If you look at how
and start out naturally curious and love to learn.
Wait there. Hold on, let me find the video. All right, this one.
Board of Education and those sitting on the panels are thieves. I think they're liars and have committed treason against our children.
This, my friends, right here is exactly what it's going to take. Parents standing up to their board of supervisors, the board of educators that are trying to indoctrinate our kids.
My message to this district and the members of the Board of Ed: stop indoctrinating our children. Stop teaching our children to hate the police. Stop teaching our children that if they don't agree with the LGBT community, that they're homophobic. You have children like mine who is Muslim and I'm Christian, and everyone would think, they would never believe that of her, right? Because the way she looks, or according to Miss Cyrus, she's too pasty white.
Ma'am, we're not allowed to use names. If you have something you'd like to discuss about a specific person, you can call the superintendent or leave your info for her to call you tomorrow.
Why are we not allowed to discuss names? Why am I not allowed when they purposely themselves expose themselves on social media, talking about calling for the death of a former president, or saying that any child that doesn't believe in Black Lives Matter should be canceled out? Is this what my tax dollars is paying for? You're teaching my children and other children that if...
Family, remember in a school, these are teachers, yeah? And is a parent standing up in the school. So this is what they are teaching in school, yeah?
If they believe in God Almighty, they're part of a cult. These educators put their own names out there. We have Mr. Barry, who took it upon himself with Miss Cyrus to create a curriculum.
that should be it.
Do you want the proof? I have the proof. You created a curriculum of Black Panther indoctrination.
Ma'am,
You use taxpayers' dollars.
can I ask you one more time? I have no issue hearing what you have to say, but
Why can we not let the public speak? Why can't we let the public know that you're teaching our children to go out and murder our police officers? Do you want the proof? I have the proof. Is that what scares you, the proof? That a parent actually standing up against all of you? Is that what scares you, to call out the names of these people? You work for me. I don't work for you.
Love family, Z. Yeah, man, for real, man. Yeah, man. Enough love, man. You know we are born Babylon. You know what I mean? I just righteousness. No left, no right. No guessing, no. Yeah, because whatever we do, and we're doing it for good, it's like, you know, you shouldn't guess if it's good or if it's bad. You know what I mean, sis? All right. Enough love, enough. Yeah, man, for real, sis.
You have a duty. We are entrusting our children to you. We teach our children morals, values when they grow up to commit crimes and end up in prison and kill a police officer. It's our fault? No, it's your fault. You're emotionally abusing our children and mentally abusing them. You're demoralizing them by teaching them communist values. This is still America, ma'am. And as long as I'm standing here on this good ground earth of God, I will fight. And this is not the last of me you will see. Schools are trying to poison our children's minds, teaching them about things that they have no right to be taught in school, Do you know who makes up the majority of this district? Children from police officers' families. Blues. Back the blue children. Do you know what these children feel like when they come home? Have you spoken to them? No. You're silencing them. This whole cancel culture. You're silencing the children. Where are their rights? They have no rights. Because if they don't believe in the indoctrination, the demonic, twisted, sneaky, vile acts and education, if you call it that you're teaching our children, they don't agree with that. They're either homophobic, they're part of a cult, they're racist. What's racist? Who defines racist? Why? Do you know what race I am? Do you? You don't. You don't even have an idea. I could be black, I could be white, I could be Asian, you don't know. Who are you to determine that? Who is anyone to determine that? You know what? Children in the school system, children like other children, they don't look at color. Black and white children, Hispanic children, you know why they get along? Because they don't look at each other's color. So you're the racist, not them, not us. You're judging and dividing. You're causing segregation. Everything that we fought for, everything that I fought for years. So you have the right to stand here and tell me I'm not allowed to mention a name when the person, the Mr. Berry and Miss Cyrus themselves, you have ELA teachers giving out assignments on police murder. Police are bad? You want the proof? Okay. Because we have it.
Parents, we all better wake up. You got your kids in a public school right now. They are pushing racism. Literally, that's what critical race theory is. It is teaching our children to look at other children based on their skin color. That is the classic definition of racism. Better wake up, get into your school board meetings, and raise ruckus and pull your kids out if they don't listen. David J. Harris Jr. here. If you like the videos that I bring, check out my merch. You'll love it. DavidHarrisJr.store.
All right, love family. You know, it's upright and upright. You know what I mean? And our eyes are open and our minds are working active. You understand me, family? So don't make no one make you be against something. You understand me? You see, just like the sports. Wait, I'm not play the sports yet. Hold on, let me show you how the world is, how it is today. You understand me? Yeah. Family, believe you me. They brainwash us, you know what I mean? And then brainwash the population. You understand me? You see, when people are bleach them skin, when people are run down all of these fancy things, them underneath a spell. Spell don't mean like, oh, I science you, oh, do this, do... No, it's not like that. Then put out a celebrity like Michael Jackson, yeah? Michael Jackson come out with like a new brand, Pepsi, example Pepsi, but Michael Jackson did come out with Pepsi, you know what I mean? Pepsi get famous, you understand me? It's just like 69, they have an artist named 69, next he start to do some things, you understand me? And next people start to follow. That is how they brainwash us, you understand me, family? Just like in school, how they brainwash us in school, they tell us, oh, it's like the teacher is the head of the school or the class. You understand me? Today we think that the government is the head of us, like they are the leaders when you is the real leader. All right, family, I can give you about school again.
When they are sent to school, instead of learning, it is a repeated process of memorizing and regurgitating information. The better you are at regurgitating this information, the better you will do in the school system. The real education is obeying authority. We are taught to ask permission. We are taught not to think outside the box. We are taught multiculturalism, drug, sex, and death education. We are taught to memorize, regurgitate information, an input-output process not unlike a computer or a slave. We are taught to respond to a bell, just like a factory floor. We are taught to keep our head down and just make it through the day. We are taught to lower our expectations, and that is just school. Outside of school, our communication is destroyed as people literally lose the ability to speak and relate to one another. Our financial education is one of slaves encouraging debt. Our political system is one of false choices. Our media is normalizing narcissistic behavior. We are not taught to develop critical thinking. We are not taught about debt-based money and the principles that our founding fathers fought for. We are not taught to cooperate and view each other as a team with individual talents and gifts. We are not taught to question authority or even the facts demanded of us. We are indoctrinated, not educated. Indoctrinated like little slaves. The secret of American schooling is that it does not teach the way children learn, nor is it supposed to. Schools were conceived to serve the economy and the social order rather than the kids and the families. That is why it's compulsory. As a consequence, the school cannot help anybody grow up, because its prime directive is to retard maturity. It does it by teaching that everything is difficult, that other people run our lives, that our neighbors are untrustworthy and even dangerous. School is the first impression children get of society. Because first impressions are often the most decisive ones, school imprints kids with fear, suspicion of one another, and certain addictions for life. It ambushes natural intuition, faith, and love of adventure, wiping these out in favor of gospel of rational procedure and rational management. Between 1906 and 1920, a handful of world-famous industrialists and financiers together in their own private foundations handpicked university administrators, House politicians, and spent more attention and more money towards forced schooling than the national government did. Andrew Carnegie and John D. Rockefeller spent more money than the government did between 1900 and 1920 on education. The system of modern schooling was constructed outside of the public eye and outside the public's representatives. In our dreams, people yield themselves with perfect docility to our molding hands. The present education conventions of intellectual and character education fade from their minds, and unhampered by tradition, we work our own good will upon a grateful and responsive folk. We shall not try to make these people, or any of their children, into philosophers or men of science. We have not to raise up them as authors, educators, poets, or men of letters. We shall not search for great artists, painters, musicians, nor lawyers, doctors, preachers, politicians, statesmen, all of whom we have ample supply of. The task is simple. We will organize the children and teach them in a perfect way the things their fathers and mothers are doing in an imperfect way. John D. Rockefeller. The aim of public education is not to fill the young of the species with knowledge and awaken their intelligence. Nothing could be further from the truth. The aim is simply to reduce as many individuals as possible to the same safe level, to breed and train standardized citizenry, to put down dissidence and originality. That is the aim of the United States. H. L. Mencken. This lowest common denominator citizen is most useful in a corporate, military, or a welfare state. Corporations, governments, and militaries do not deal with dissent effectively, so it is in their best interest not to have participants that question anything. When I joined the Marine Corps, they didn't beat around the bush about this idea. In boot camp, they wanted instant and willing obedience to orders. Everywhere else in your life, you will learn the same lesson, only more subtly. And this is why military men are most sought for corporate jobs. Education should aim at destroying free will, so that after pupils left school, they shall be incapable throughout the rest of their lives of thinking and acting otherwise than their schoolmasters would have wished. Bertrand Russell. Our education system is centered on an input-output process of information. Our success or failure depends on our efficiency of taking what the teacher tells us and then regurgitating that same information onto an exam. Those that are able to blindly regurgitate information the best are rewarded with higher grades. They are told that they are smart, when in fact they are just thoroughly indoctrinated. This input-output process is no different than a computer or what a slave does. You give it a command, and it just does it, without question. This system was carefully created to mold us into what we are today. The masses blindly flow through this education system and naturally fit into centralized systems that want good, little, obedient workers who take orders without question. We all know that person who is very smart, or indoctrinated, that excels in a corporation, military, or government job, and yet they lack any real street smarts to see what's really going on in their lives. When you understand that their mind only functions on what they are told, it becomes clear to you that they are only able to be successful in a centralized system where taking orders is a way of life. I think, therefore I am. It is a classical philosophical statement on human consciousness and existence. But what about the people who do not really think? Do they really exist? This input-output mindset is reinforced outside of school and the career world. Our society is all about what is popular. From early on in our lives, we are pressured into doing what's popular, not what's best for you. This is a way a collective gets individuals to sacrifice what is unique and special about themselves to become the lowest common denominator in a group that really doesn't care about you at all. The most brilliant propagandist technique will yield no success unless one fundamental principle is born in the mind constantly. You must confine itself to a few points and repeat it to them over and over again. Joseph Goebbels. When you look at our news or political debate, it is driven by talking points where they're repeated with such accuracy it's scary.
Talk show host Conan O'Brien may be about to push the envelope on late-night television.
Conan O'Brien may be able to push the envelope on late-night television.
Conan O'Brien may be about to push the envelope on late-night television.
Conan O'Brien may be about to push the envelope on late-night television.
Conan O'Brien may be about to push the envelope on his late-night television.
Conan O'Brien may be about to push the envelope on late-night television.
Conan O'Brien may be about to push the envelope on late-night television.
Conan O'Brien may be about to push the envelope on late-night TV.
Conan O'Brien may be about to push the envelope on late-night television.
Conan O'Brien may be about to push the envelope on late-night television.
Conan O'Brien may be about to push the envelope once again on late-night TV.
Conan O'Brien may be about to push the envelope on late-night television.
Conan O'Brien is looking to push the envelope on late-night television.
Conan O'Brien may be about to push the envelope on late-night TV.
Conan O'Brien may be about to push the envelope on late-night television.
Conan O'Brien may be about to push the envelope on late-night television.
Conan O'Brien may be about to push the envelope on late-night television.
Conan O'Brien may be preparing to push the late-night envelope.
Intellectual debate in the society somehow passes for those who can scream their talking points the loudest over the other. This is done purposely to get a confrontational, emotional reaction from the indoctrinated, and to dissuade the logical and independent thinker from even entering the debate. Through this process, the collective is intellectually safe from any challenge to its power. Do your thoughts serve to free you, or simply to make you freely serve? These talking points are created by people who do think about how to control societies. They weave this input-output slave thought into an Hegelian dialectic that they control. They essentially have a society that bickers over issues that have no real importance on the real power of the world. They use hot-button, emotional issues like abortion or gays in the military to divide and conquer us, while they laugh all the way to the bank, march us off to the war, and destroy our Constitution. What about those of us who did not do well in this indoctrination environment? I was one of those kids that did not do very well in school. I knew from a very early age that what was being pumped into my head was not what was going to make me a better person. I knew that the most successful people that I knew did not have jobs or went along with the crowd. Yet our school teaches us to get jobs and do what we were told. I knew that our school system wanted me to learn about sex, drugs, death, multiculturalism, much more than issues that would have driven my success like economics, history, and psychology. They wanted me to drone on senseless and boring topics instead of inspiring me to a higher, better self through art, music, and philosophy. What they were really teaching me was to keep my head down and deal with their system. These days, those that are restless in this indoctrination environment run the risk of being drugged.
Yes, family. So that was a good video, you know what I mean? Alright, so remember we are a free mind family, you know what I mean? And being a free mind is like I make videos same way, innit, family? Yeah, so making my video, I make this one and it based on it's just based on life and how we have to activate our mind and know how to think and make things what you go through. You get me? Make things what you experience, you know what I mean? Yeah, so when I make a video, is my experience, you know what I mean? And my experience is your experience, and our experience is the purpose why we come into the earth, to know these things and rise above these things. You understand me, family? Yeah, you have to rise above it, family. If you know that you are good, yeah, or you want better in the world, family, you can't sit down and feel say, oh, it's like better going to come. Find a group or do something, family. Like share message is like a lot of families sharing message. So I would say it's full time now for you to be like even motivated me and I motivate you and we do something together. You get me? Yeah, family. I put my number there. I would never sign no contract with no one. You understand me, family? I would never say I sign up to Facebook and all of these things, But remember, anytime we can leave it. Some family sign it with their life. You get me? With all their life in the earth. Proper dumb, innit? And you see, when they sign away their life, it's like they find out that they are a great person. But only thing they should be doing are work their mind more. Activate their mind. You understand me? Yeah. You understand me, family? Yeah, man. So wait, let me play this one, yeah? All on the family.
Well, one of the things you obviously do is you go after the next generation. And you do that through the education system, and that's exactly what has happened to us. The Marxist movement in America has done exactly that.
The education system establishes the direction for the future. It sets the hearts and the minds, the perspectives of the next generation. Everybody knows how important it is.
They know that if they can get control of our children and they can pump their ideology into these young, hungry brains, they virtually can have them captive as prisoners for life.
And you're doing it all under the banner of being internationally competitive or college ready or career ready. So the euphemisms hide the actual intent.
The father of global education, Robert Mueller, was the Assistant Secretary General of the United Nations and the creator of the World Core Curriculum. He said the goal was, quote, to promote growth of the group idea so that group good, group understanding, group interrelations, and group goodwill will lead to group consciousness, unquote. His World Core curriculum was pushed in America by George Bush Sr. as America 2000, which was renamed by Bill Clinton Goals 2000, which was then given a facelift to become George Bush Jr.'s No Child Left Behind, which was the driving force behind Barack Obama's Common Core. It's all the same thing, Republican or Democrat, progressing down the same road of complete brainwashing. Since John Dewey, the entire focus of education by the elites has been to, as quickly as possible, move the children to a collectivist mindset. The 10th plank of the Communist Manifesto states, provide a free education by the state for all children and to combine education with industrial production. Bill Gates has teamed up with the United Nations to build the model that will have our schools simply be a tax-paid training ground for corporate America.
In the end, most of this tracks back to people who would benefit financially from a more government-centric economy because they're at Sable. They're already political players. They don't want to worry about competition.
Not only is competition eliminated, but employees are created. The type that would be content to work 60 or 70 hours a week in a dead-end corporate job that just paid enough to survive. Traditionally, Americans would have had no interest in that. They would have wanted to use all the individual talents and abilities that God had given them. They wanted to do 100 different things in their life. Invent things, start new businesses, change the world. And the elites didn't want any of that, so it had to be destroyed.
It's like we're going after Marx's vision and at the same time making it impossible as well, because the mind arson necessary to get an amenable voter means that the wealth that you're planning on redistributing is really gone. You just don't know it yet.
Just as I was beginning to dig in, I realized I was making a big mistake. The temptation on all these different issues is to not accept the reality of how things really are. The bottom line is, our enemies are in control of the schools, so there is no fix. I know you don't want to hear that because I don't want to hear that, but it's true. They want our kids to be useful idiots. They want them to be dependent on the state. That's the goal of the whole thing. So they will repackage, rename, rebrand the same old thing over and over again It is intentionally going downhill. We have to grasp this. It is purposeful. We legitimize them by acting like they just don't have a good idea and we have a better one. They know exactly what they are doing. They want to create a new world man that is dependent on government for his very existence. So to even talk about Common Core, debating its good points or bad points, is playing into their plan of sidetracking all of our energies and efforts on a dead-end road. Even without Common Core, the schools are completely bankrupt and destroying our children. We have seen a decline now for 70 straight years without any interruption. As long as the government has a monopoly in education, we will keep getting what we have.
And the end result is to make our children and those educated under this influence, to make them unfit to govern themselves.
Yes, family. So, yeah, according to how things are going, said them come out with a lot of fast food now, innit? Yeah, so it's like when you see they come out with a lot of fast food, say the kids them can go, them are push out so the kids them should not cook in it. Yeah, but then when I was growing up, they wasn't pushing out like making money or building a business. You get me? Today they're making like business on top of business. Like on the internet, you can have an internet business. You understand me? You can have like, you can make a company for yourself when like that is today. So anything you see is popular out there, family. Know that is like they are trying to take away our skill. It's the same thing they do in school. You understand me? All right. So I'm going to go like way back into the future. Back into the future. I never said back into the future, forward. You understand me? Because you see, if you look into the future, you will never know what's going on in it. But if you look back into the future, you will know everything what's going on. Because everything what we are doing today, we do it way back then. Yeah. All right, family. So this is about education of like Freemason, but where Freemason start from.
Explain how this large thing came about. The Moors came in, they created the 16 universities. That's what we can count. We don't know. Okay, let's say if you went to the university and then you got your regular learning, but then you would initiate into a fraternity. Well, the same thing happened in the Moor science was this. You would come in and they would give you the general learning, and then you would initiate into a higher degree of learning, which now would be the fraternities, which is a ceremonial thing, but at that particular time it was the Masonic orders. So your Masonic order would be equivalent to a fraternity in modern day. So when you went to these universities and stuff, and you got to a certain level, and you learn the general several liberal arts and stuff, and the general several stuff that you learn, which now is all the universities teach. After that, you would go into a Masonic order that was a part of the universities, or a secret society that is a part of the universities. You see what I'm saying? To learn higher degrees of knowledge. We see remnants of that now when you got the Skull and Bones at Yale. So the Skull and Bones at Yale, although you got the people from Yale, but you got a secret society, that all came from the Moors. So what would be the secret societies inside of the universities of the Moors? It would be the York Rite, Scottish Rite, all of these different ones. And then later on, groups like the Rosicrucians that would come up. And what they did is that they took all of this Moorish doctrines. And so a lot of the higher degree stuff became a ward of the Masonic orders. You see what I'm saying? But all this stuff is nothing but stuff that they learned from the Moors.
Yes, family. So you see, when I hear about the Moors them is like powerful families, you know what I mean? Not like the social media families them, but family who is like warriors in the earth. You understand me? Yeah, so like when I say family, we have to know what we are doing and we have to know how to take back our rights, you know what I mean? Yeah, so like when I say family, I now play around and I play all of these about education now, you know what I mean, family? Alright, upright and upright.
Rockefeller made sure to get the better end of the bargain. He would donate.
Alright, this brother invest in school is just like the same thing what they call it now, Bill Gates is doing. He invest in the pharmaceutical company, like him give up all of his wealth and power, money into the pharmaceutical. So the same thing what Bill Gates do is the same thing this brother is doing. You understand me? That's why I say I go back into the past, innit, to know this today for future.
His great wealth to the creation of public institutions, but those institutions would be used to bend society to his will. As every would-be ruler throughout history has realized, society has to be transformed from the ground up. Americans in the 19th century still prized education and intellectual pursuits, with the 1840 census finding unsurprisingly that the United States, a nation that had been mobilized by tracts like Thomas Paine's remarkably popular Common Sense, was a nation of readers with a remarkable 93% to 100% literacy rate. Before the first compulsory schooling laws in Massachusetts in 1852, education was private and decentralized, and as a result classical education, including study of Greek and Latin and a solid grounding in history and science, was widespread. But a nation of individuals who could think for themselves was anathema to the monopolists. The oligarchs needed a mass of obedient workers, an entire class of people whose intellect was developed just enough to prepare them for lives of drudgery in a factory. Into the midst stepped John D. Rockefeller with his first great act of public charity, the establishment of the University of Chicago. He was aided in this task by Frederick Taylor Gates, a Baptist minister that Rockefeller befriended in 1889 and who would go on to be John D.'s most trusted philanthropic advisor. Gates would go on to write a short tract, The Country School of Tomorrow, that laid out the Rockefeller plan for education. In our dream, we have limitless resources, and the people yield themselves with perfect docility to our molding hand. The present educational conventions fade from our minds, and, unhampered by tradition, we work our own goodwill upon a grateful and responsive folk. We shall not try to make these people or any of their children into philosophers, or men of learning or science. We are not to raise up from among them authors, orators, poets, or men of letters. We shall not search for embryo great artists, painters, musicians, nor will we cherish even the humbler ambition to raise up from among them lawyers, doctors, preachers, politicians, statesmen, of whom we now have ample supply. Although Rockefeller's resources weren't exactly limitless, they might as well have been. In 1902, he established the General Education Board to help implement Gates's vision for the Country School of Tomorrow with a staggering $180 million endowment. The Rockefeller influence on education was felt almost immediately, and it was amplified by help from fellow monopolists of the era who were approaching the topic of philanthropy from the same angle. Although best known as a steel magnate, Andrew Carnegie's fortune started on the railroads transporting Rockefeller's Standard Oil around the country, and was greatly magnified by a lucrative investment in property near Oil Creek that provided steady, profitable oil sales. In 1905, he established the Carnegie Foundation for the Advancement of Teaching, a tax-free foundation through which Carnegie and his appointees could direct the development of the education system in the United States and, eventually, worldwide. In 1910, Rockefeller followed suit by establishing the Rockefeller Foundation, which became the tax-free umbrella organization for his philanthropic ambitions. As the Reese Committee, a congressional investigation into the activities of these tax-free foundations in the 1950s, discovered, it wasn't long before Carnegie's endowment approached Rockefeller's foundation with a proposal to cooperate on their shared desire to transform the American education system in their own image. Norman Dodd, the director of research for the congressional committee who was granted access to the Carnegie Endowment's board minutes, explains.
So they approach the Rockefeller Foundation with the suggestion that that portion of education which could be considered domestic be handled by the Rockefeller Foundation, and that portion which is international should be handled by the endowment. And they then decide that the key to the success of these two operations lay in an alteration in the teaching of American history. So they approach 4 of the then most prominent teachers of American history in the country, people like Charles and Mary Bird, and their suggestion to them is, will they alter the manner in which they present this subject, and they get turned down flat. So they then decide that it is necessary for them to do, as they say, build our own stable of historians. And then they approach the Guggenheim Foundation, which specializes in fellowships, and say, when we find young men in the process of studying for doctorates in the field of American history, and we feel that they are the right caliber, will you grant them fellowships on our say-so? And the answer is yes. So under that condition, eventually they assemble 20. And they take this 20 potential teachers of American history to London, and there they're briefed into what is expected of them when, as and if they secure appointments in keeping with the doctorates they will have earned. And that group of 20 historians ultimately becomes the nucleus of the American Historical Association. And then toward the end of the 1920s, the endowment grants to the American Historical Association $400,000 for a study of our history in a manner which points to what can this country can it look forward to in the future. And that culminates in a 7-volume study, the last volume of which is, of course, in essence a summary of the contents of the other 6. And the essence of the last volume is the future of this country belongs to collectivism administered with characteristic American efficiency.
Yes, family. So you know, so upright and upright, same way. Open the eyes and don't be blind. You understand me, family? You see, when you're talking to the universe, family, I'm going to give you one quote, yeah? What I use when I'm talking to the universe, yeah? I look into the universe, yeah? Meaning look into myself, yeah? And I say, listen, don't teach me what I don't need to know. Teach me so I can be a better me. Teach me why you send me into this kingdom. Teach me what I should know, not what I should not know. So you see, everything what I play, family, is things what we should know. You get me? Because if I should come into this kingdom and be doing a live show like this, yeah, it's like I don't want to play something what not going to advance you to be a better you. You understand me? Yeah, I'm not going to play something for you to lower yourself to society. No, I'm going to make you uplift yourself. You understand me, family? Yeah, so this is a video what I did make, yeah? Yeah, family. I do have 2 of them set up. Yeah, so I love you and a family. But remember, say Your voice is my voice is your voice, you is me, and me is you. Understand that, family? I don't talk from a school level. I don't talk from a universal level. I don't talk from an organization level. You understand me? I talk of the universe level. You get me? Yeah, what I come into the earth to do and what I should say and all these things. You understand me? Like every day you wake up, it's not like you're gonna play out the whole entire life like what you play yesterday, you're gonna do it today. But with the system, you go to work today and you come back and you go to work tomorrow. You understand me? So they are like manipulating you without you know, because we go to work and think that that is how we supposed to work. Mankind take the love from the earth and turn the love into hate. That is us. They put us as hate today. You understand me? You know, make I show you how they turn us into hate. You know, like when, like you are a loving being, yeah, but you go through problem, yeah, or you know, friends go through problem, yeah, or it's like sometimes you just feel like, I'm not gonna really say give up in it, yeah, because give up is like that is when the demon is in control of your mind. You understand me? So, family, you are great, and the system, nothing in the system can show you how great you are. You understand me? All right, so let me play this video called One Voice. You understand me? I love you so much, family, and you're a great spirit inside inside the body. But we need to put it out. You get me? Meaning, make it shine.
Slavery, why we
Open your eyes, don't be blind. Open your mind, know how to think. Me say open your mouth, know what to say. Open your ears, know what to listen. Alright, so this one now, I gotta talk about plantation and what they was doing back then, and now we claim that we are in the future. You understand? Like, all of these entertainer, you know, like these video now, what you see playing, these are what they used to do back then to plantation worker. When I say plantation worker, today you go out in office on anything at all, yeah, it's a plantation, same way, nothing changed.
They just gave you a loan with the understanding that the money's coming in on the back end and they're just going to keep fronting it like this until you've made whole, right? Now let's say you've released enough records and you make $1 million. So you've now paid back everything that went in. You're making 16 cents for every dollar, even after you did all that work and paid them back. That's crazy. That's crazy. Hold on. And then you're going to own the masters?
So they gave you a loan to build this business.
Yeah.
And then once after the loan
once
is
it's
done,
all built, it's theirs.
now they get to keep it. You get 16% of the company.
There you go. There you go. You get 16% of the company you built on a loan. Is that a good deal?
The system is just a whole system. Stop get lost into all of these things. You see all of these entertaining. Alright, that is dead. Yeah? Remember, white people was a slave same way. Don't get it twisted, you know what I mean, family? Alright.
Slaves in ancient Rome didn't just work as domestic or agricultural workers. They did pretty much every single kind of menial job you can imagine. Generally classified as urban or rural, slaves did everything from cooking and cleaning to mining for silver. On country estates, slaves might perform both domestic and non-domestic tasks, even working as smiths, bakers, and guards. Occasionally, urban slaves would work as accountants and managers for businessmen. If you were a slave that originated as a prisoner of war, you might have been sold off to the public and could have been tasked with fighting fires, tending to public buildings, and even working as an executioner. Some Roman slaves lived their entire lives from birth to death working as the property of a master, but others, who were able to cough up a little dough, had a luckier fate. The oldest and easiest way for a slave to achieve freedom was simply being given freedom by one's master, perhaps in a will, although some sort of ceremony or payment usually went along with it. Some folks became slaves by selling themselves into servitude to repay their debts over a certain amount of time.
So, what happened now, yeah? So when we talk about plantation, you see black people in it, but you don't see white people. White people used to be enslaved, same way. Why a lot of, like, European, meaning white family, is poor. Family, stop read up on social media. You know what I mean? Alright, so, like when I say family, and today now, this is, like, all of the slave them, you know what I mean? I'm going to try to play through all of the video them quick, you know what I mean? But you know the life we living in today, and we have to wake up out of it, and we have to shake up out of it, and come to your truthful self, you know what I mean? Come to your rightful self, come to your higher self, come to your journey self. You come in the earth for a purpose. You come in the earth for the earth purpose, not for mankind purpose. Show me one mankind is not using you. You understand? Yeah. So in the end of the day, family, remember me say Satan is a vibration. When we catch him, we put it in the box. We say lock that box and throw with the key. If God come knocking at your door, me say what you gonna do? Me say what you gonna do? If Allah, Jesus come knocking at your door, me say what you gonna do? If Krishna, Buddha come knocking at your door, me say what you gonna do? Me say what you gonna do? If the sun, the moon, the star come knocking at your door, me say what you gonna do? If the alright, so remember, inbox me. Live your life for your journey. Don't live your life for someone don't know their journey or know their self. You see, I'm just a alpha. You know what I mean, family? Beginning and the end. You are an alpha because you have a beginning and you have an end. Think about your higher self. You know what I mean? Alright, I'm out. What? I'm out. Yes, family. So, yeah, that is about slavery, innit, family? Alright, may I tell you about the football thing now, family? You know what I mean? Yeah, so we have to know about these things, innit? Because them say knowledge is power. So get power, family.
They've fixed our growth, our maturity. You're fixed about the age of 15 for the rest of your life. That's how it seems. I'm not kidding either. That's how people are fixed. The guys are the same. Sports. Till the day they die, they're watching sports. They're watching international corporations that own massive sports teams where guys are paid millions of bucks each per year for throwing or kicking a ball around. Something children do. Something you grow out of as you grow up. And they knew they'd do this because H.G. Wells talked about it a long time ago. You see, when you take away your manhood, you only project it through someone else. Someone else who pretends at a weekend to be your tribe and he's fighting someone else. Because in your own life, you have no power at all. And you're putting on that fat gut with all the fast food you eat and the booze you drink. But there you are. Suddenly you see yourself as a warrior for the weekend. What a joke. What a joke. Everyone's been manipulated by science and scientific indoctrination, including their whole psychology. That's a big part of it, the biggest part of it. Which also is going to be joined with the U.S. Under the Anglo-American establishment, wrote about the kind of culture and the changes of culture over a 100-year period that they would actually design, implement, and bring in. And H.G. Wells talked about it too. He talked about arenas. He says arenas could be put up across the world for sports, for instance. Now at that time, sports was something that children, school children were into. Adults became adults and got onto adult things. So it was unimaginable at the time that people could actually believe that there was even a need for adult sports and entertainment, never mind having arenas built across the world. But he said we can do this, and foist basically a sports culture for the males. Using a tribal system. We're all tribal to an extent. That's why we even bother to vote for a tribal leader. This is well understood. That's why we're supplied with these leaders. And because the average man was to become more disengaged from his own destiny as the expert class arose, it was decided that the males would get their outlet, basically, gradually becoming helpless as males through sports. Therefore, they'd have a tribal team they could identify with. They could.
Yes, family. So, yeah, man, the fire hot today. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, I love how the fire blaze today. You know what I mean? Yeah, family. So, you know, it's like we have to do it together. You know what I mean, family? And we have to rise together the same way. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. So, what me I do? Let's play our next video and just call it a evening, yeah? Because you're reaching an hour, yeah? So, remember, upright and upright and open your eyes and don't be blind. Yeah, but for real, man. All right, family. So remember, open your eyes and don't be blind. I love it so much, family. All right, so this one, I'm going to take it out for the evening, yeah?
And it's the same vibration what I come on. And that is life. And when you see the body, that is life. And mankind don't know about life. They call me black. They call you white. They call you Indian. They call you Chinese. But really and truly, I'm the voice within you, within the whole universe. And that is who you are. You come through on a signal. That's why you are who you are today. Don't make no one trick you. Remember I say, inbox me, get my number, and we pull together. You understand, family? Remember, you are a signal within this world. That's why sometimes your mind run on someone and you will see that someone will call you, because we are signal. You understand, family? And being that signal, we can connect with the spiritual side and we can connect with this side. You see? So you can't do nothing without sending.
Yes, yeah, it's like, yeah, me just tie up just tie up that video and, you know, just call it a evening. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Yeah, man, for real, yeah. So big up, you know what I mean? Yeah, far up, way up, you know, mountain up, you know what I mean? Yeah, man, for real, man. Christian up, Muslim up, you know, spiritual up. Yeah, man, way up.
Only time you can send out a signal is just when you stop talk and you have a low vibration. But before I start to talk, the vibration start to come out. You know what I mean? Yeah, because, you know, like, let me show you. When you have like a pot, yeah, when the pot put down on the table, yeah, and you're not doing nothing with the pot, it's not sending off no heat or nothing.
Yo,
like
family
when
Thompson.
you turn it on now, yeah.
Well on them, man. Yeah, man, family Thompson. Yeah, man, you don't know the things that are up with say now. Yeah, man, you know the talk with them have from say Thompson, I know saying we understand the talk, you know. It's like them say, we run things not run we, innit? Yeah, but we have our own boss, but you know, if we be our own boss, we have to work together, innit? And run the government, them out of town, you know? You know, the song where Bob Marley say, we gonna chase those crazy ballhead out of town. All right. Yeah, man, enough love CMA Thompson. Yo, Yadi, enough love CMA, you know.
Like heat is coming from all over the pot, so that is the next vibration. You understand, family? So you know, after
its wavelength. Radio waves have long wavelengths, while X-rays have short wavelengths. And visible light, the kind you can actually see, is somewhere in between.
Connect with your reality side, and your reality side is like the voice. So the more you talk, the more you come alive, and the more you come to reality. So this is the alpha of life. You know what I mean, family? The alpha. You see, like when someone say they're gonna kill someone, is a thinking, is a vibration.
So MK Ultra is probably the most famous of the U.S. mind control programs. I mean, it's an iconic program, and it's been in movies galore. It's all about mind control.
You see, family, You see, when someone say they're gonna kill someone, that is a thinking, it's a vibration. When someone say they are rich, it's a thinking, it's a vibration, because they are not.
Yeah, man, for real, man. Oh, yeah, talk, Tom's. Yeah, because you can't make them people control their mind, and you know what I mean? Yeah, man, for real, man. Because you see, if you make them control their mind now, you see, I say, family, Thompson, it all come like a dear world, innit? When you know, say, no, hear me? No, my world same way, you know what I mean? Yeah, I don't need a piece of land, the whole entire world. But we have to work together same way, you know what I mean, Dams? Yeah, man, for real, man. But enough love and thank you for the strength same way, you know what I mean? Because everyone is here for a purpose. No mankind purpose. Because they might enslave you, turn you in a soldier, or turn you in a factory worker, or turn you in a, like, some plantation worker, you know what I mean? When we're supposed to be chilling on the beach, you know what I mean? Easy in back, you know what I mean? Yeah, and just chilling it. Take care of the animals, take care of the land, take care of the beach. If we need to go somewhere, we go. We don't need no government to tell we say, oh, we don't have no authority to go there, or we have to go to your school. Suppose I don't want to go to your school. You understand me? Suppose I want to go to a farming school, but when I'm young, not when I'm old. Yeah. Suppose I want to go to a school where they take care of the ocean, take care of the water, take care of the animals. No, they not do that. Them brainwash we are feasting them to control our mind and tell us what to do. You understand me? Why our face is not on the money? I'm spending the money what I don't know that person, and that person will never know me. You see? Yeah, man. So this video is video from my higher self, and I make this video for us to be free, you know what I mean? So sometimes you think something crazy, it's not crazy, you know. I just understand, you have to understand it. Like these people on the screen now, they are crazy. All right, love family. You see, when things come to your head, family, say it sometime. You see, the older you get, or maybe the next day, you maybe will understand your thinking. Not every time you think something, you understand it the same time. You get me? But don't believe in these people with guns and both position. Yeah, position their father and their mother. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, for real, man. Our world, and we have to get our mindset by thinking for ourselves. These people take away all the knowledge from us. Everything you have to buy. You know what I mean? Killing off all the animals and killing off the earth. They might do so much, you know what I mean? Yeah, man, for real, man. So love Thompson, you know what I mean? Yeah, man. Yo, you are the 95.
Rich, because they're gonna die in it. So it's a program what someone hack his true side, and when they hack his true side, he's thinking about millionaire. A lot of them put on filter on their face and say, oh yeah, look at me. That is not them. Them is like the voice, same way. They are just a voice going through, like just like if an artist is singing, he's just the voice. Bob Marley, where him is? Malcolm X, where him is? All of these eras, where them is? They are like connection.
Ashes to ash and fire to fire. We know Major Tom's a junkie. Chorando se foi quem dia só me fez chorar. You spin me right round, baby, right round, like a record, baby, right round, round, round. I miss you like crazy. I miss you like crazy. No shooter only. Till I don't want as beautiful as you. Come and rock me up, but it's too much.
Within the universe, family. So you have to get to your real side, meaning when you dream, you go in your channel. You understand me? You go in your frequency. Like them have T-Mobile or they have Digicel. T-Mobile can't be Digicel and Digicel can't be T-Mobile because they have their own channel what they go through. You understand? It's just like the plane. When the plane is in the air, they have their route what they take. You understand, family? Yeah. So you see, with we, you can be me and I can be you. You understand? But I connect with you, meaning we all connect with the universe, meaning the oxygen, and that is us. And we have to come to our realization, knowing that we have our own thinking. You can read a book all your life and you will never come to reality. You understand, family? So here what I say, remember, inbox me, get my number, and we pull together. Satan is just a vibration, same way. It's a thinking. Like you never see this Satan, but mankind go out of their channel. And when they go out of their channel, it's like they go crazy. Meaning, think, if you want to think like me, you will go crazy. But you have to think like you. Like if I'm doing a video, I see I go live because I connect with the universe. And it's like it's broadcasting. But no one can see that, innit? Alright, so like what I say, family. Like, I'm going to show you now, family. Like with me, I'm just using the tone of voice what the universe give to me. Like, if I want to talk like this, yeah, I can talk like this. But it's a different vibration, innit? Yeah, like if I want to talk like this, I can talk like this same way, innit? Yeah, so you can change your being reality to someone hack your mind. Because when you're watching TV and you're seeing all of these things, what do you think them doing? They're teaching you something, or they're hacking your mind? They're hacking your mind for you not to be yourself. You understand, family? So that's why you see a lot of guys trying to be woman, and a lot of woman trying to be man. You see, and a lot of people want to be white, some want to be black, some want to be Indian, some want to be all of these things because their mind is hack. Like you're not gonna say the dog are trying to be the lion, innit? You're not gonna say the tree trying to be the water, innit? But if they hack the tree now, meaning graft the tree, it's like the tree gonna try to be the water and the water gonna try to be the tree, innit? So tell me now, as a alpha level, as a lion.
Better you fuck somebody.
Life, the highest life level as a human, because we have the highest life in it, meaning we can do any little thing we want. Yeah, tell me if we must try to be a flowers. No, we can't be a flowers. We are we already. And next after now, tell me if I can be Michael Jackson. Yeah, if they hack my mind, I can do like things what Michael Jackson is doing, innit? Like ooh, 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 ooh. Let's see. So they can hack the mind. So it's like, family, don't make someone hack your mind. You know what I mean? But inbox me, get my number, and we pull together. You understand, family? And if them hack your mind, and you think say, oh, you're black, family, then hack your mind, innit? If you think I'm black, or you are white, or you are Indian, or you are Chinese, they hack your mind because you are life and you are frequency within life. And if you don't know the next level, alright, inbox me, yeah? Alright, I'm out, yeah? Remember, Satan is a vibration. When we catch him, we put him in the box. Lock that box and throw away the key for all those tricks they played on us. We make the money, they take the money. We buy the house, they take the land. Me say a different day. Same thing, innit? You see, just like how you see the night, The night is a vibration. That's why some people born in the night, some born in the day. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's a vibration. We have to come on that vibration. If you're a Digicel, or if you're a T-Mobile, or if you're Huawei, you understand, family. So hear me. No one can be you because you are the voice within, and that's how you are different. You know what I mean? But when it comes to your body, anybody can look like anyone, innit? But it's the voice will come out. So love your family. I'm out.